Family, I apologize. My deepest apologies. I got sidetracked today, but I meant that I was going to do what I said I was going to do. Stop, Rio. Um, oh my gosh. Anybody want a puppy? I have a Cocker Spaniel on sale. He is 9 months old. I'm just joking, y'all. Y'all sure y'all don't want a Cocker Spaniel? He is in rare form today. Y'all gonna hear the squeak toy. Y'all probably gonna hear some barking. Y'all gonna probably hear quite a few things because he has been locked up off and on today because I've been in and out that. Y'all hear that? Y'all gotta love it. Gotta love my life. Gotta love my. You hear him in the background? Y'all hear him in the background already, just ready to go. So let me add my little tags in here too because I want people to come in. This is gonna be a good conversation. So hold on, family. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back, y'all. Look what I have done so that I don't get hit anymore. Just for safety purposes, y'all, I have added. Wait a minute, where's my little background thing? Wait a minute, hold on. It's not allowing me to show it. Hold on, I added something new and it's not taking it. Hold on, y'all. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. It's oh, so whenever I do something that has anything to do with anybody else's video, y'all see what I done right here. I found this. I actually saw another YouTuber do this. So whenever I'm playing somebody else's video, y'all gonna see this pop up. So, but just for housekeeping purposes, because they didn't already hit a sister, I'm finna be very much so prepared, y'all. So, y'all, I wanted to have this conversation. Y'all, this conversation is much needed. Y'all know I had to get back in the saddle when it came to, oh my goodness, this dog. When it came, Rio, for real. Really, you barking at your own shadow. Y'all, I promise y'all. I promise y'all. Do y'all want a cocker spaniel? He's chocolate. He's cute. He's fluffy. Everybody loves him in the apartment. In fact, people know him in my apartment more so than they know me. They speak to him and not me. Stop, Rio. I'm serious, y'all. So I'm just y'all hear that? I tell him to stop and he fusses at me. Rio, stop. He's in rare form. So let's get it crack a lacking, y'all. Enough about Rio. So let's get started. Let's get it started. So, wait a minute. Ruhama's up. Bless her heart. I know she is sleepy, saints. She is sleeping. So I wanted to show y'all something. Now I know a couple of y'all been following this particular man. I've seen some people say, and I'm trying to find the video. So y'all, wait a minute. I'm trying to find my video. Where is my video? Where is my video, saints? I'm mad right now because I can't find it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Once I get my video, we can go. Hold on. Where's my video? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Now I know a couple people don't agree with this man. I had to bust you out like that. Hey, Angie. Hey, Brooke Queen. Hey, Kim. To player. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna call names out. Hello, HaKodesh Management. Andre Bell. Cry Loud. Israel. Rose Mitchell. Maria. Only 60 games played. Cry Loud. Israel. Shebrew. Light. Elephant Man podcast. Ms. November 68. Hey y'all, speaking of November, I'm about to turn 46 on November 15th. Um Afaz the Hebrew. I'm finna mess it. I'm finna go on past it. But for that, I'm just gonna put your name right here. Hello, hello. Let's see if I missed anybody. I love you, Anash. Pieces of me. Afaz, like I said, Camp to Play, Latita, Israel. I'm finna stop right there because I'm finna destroy names. Y'all pray for me. Hello, Brew Queen. All right, y'all, let's get it started. So this whole Kyrie Irving thing has made things, it's like set off like a firestorm, y'all. Y'all know I've been kind of chilling, watching. Y'all know how I do things. Y'all know how I do things. But this whole thing with Kyrie Irving has kind of it's taking its own kind of move. I'll say that much. You've had multiple instances where we've seen people like oh yeah, I'm 46, y'all. She said black don't crack. Thank you so much. I'm about to turn 46 years old, y'all. Um, but yes, y'all, this Kyrie Irving thing has taken its own route pretty much. I mean, we're still talking about Kanye, But Kyrie Irving then set off a whole firestorm to the point that the black community is pushing back on the whole narrative of the Jewish community, saying that it is anti-Semitic. I've seen a couple of things to kind of did you get your food? Okay, so I've seen a couple of things where on Clubhouse, I mean, I've seen even the Clubhouse where it was some Ashkenazi Jews that was being very disrespectful to some black people in their particular clubhouse. They would not record the conversation because they didn't set it as replay. So ultimately, they was doing a thing, but we watching too as well as them watching us. So they doing some stuff that's just like all, I mean, just disrespectful, borderline racist in Clubhouse. Um, I've seen conversations. Y'all hear Rio in the back. I've heard conversations had where people in the Jewish community has been involved in the Black Hebrew Israelite community conversation. Um, and it's interesting that it's just interesting to see how this plays out. I'll say that much. I've seen the League of Urban Apologists starting to rev up. Y'all pray that they gonna stand up for they master. I'm just gonna say it. I don't pull no punches with them. All of them. Damian Richardson presented himself as being very disrespectful on Maria's channel yesterday. Would not allow any of the brothers to present their arguments and spoke over them the whole time in defense or their point was we ain't Jews because of one article the dude read. Yes, I'm talking about Damian Richardson because he's the most disrespectful, arrogant individual I've ever come across and calls himself a believer, which I question. I question. I question his walk, y'all, because the way he conducted himself was totally not of the Most High God. It was arrogant, it was disrespectful, and I will say it again, Damian Richardson, and I don't mind saying it. He was very disrespectful, regardless of what his pedigree is, what education he has. I'm gonna say this: I'm just as educated as the rest of them. I just chose my profession to be information technology, rather than going into psychology and sociology and theology. I chose another career, and I have never once in my profession spoke to someone as if they did not have any voice in whatever that they do. I've had people to report to me. I've had teams to report to me, and never once have I talked to them in any way or form or fashion to make them feel as if they have no voice. So he is very disrespectful. Damian Richardson should be ashamed of himself as calling himself a believer. I'm questioning every single one of them. If they're doing the stuff that they're doing now, they're no different than the camps. Period. If they want to talk about the camps, and I ain't talking about the camps because I'm cool with some of them, but they can't talk about the camps because the way Damian Richardson conducted himself yesterday, and I'm talking about the he called himself this chocolate brother. No, chocolate brother, you was out of order. You didn't let anybody present their argument because you knew it was holes in yours. Yes, I'm calling this ninja out. Don't have a problem with it, and as I'm doing it, I'm smiling. Not mad and not upset, but somebody needs to call it out for what it is, disrespectful. And for Berean to allow him to talk over and to speak over those brothers, to not allow them to get a word, but constantly putting rules on their necks to silence themselves so that others can speak was not fair. Berean, I love you, but shame on you, my brother, because you was being very biased in the way you conducted yourself. You allowed Damian Richardson to be very, 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 very disrespectful. I want y'all to go look at that video and tell me who was godly, who had the patience of Yah him. Because I will say this much, regardless of what they say about Yah, what they say about any of those brothers, Yah kept his composure. Now, Slick, on the other hand, he kind of lost it. That's all right, though. That's our brother Slick. But Yirmiyah was patient and he was quiet, and that's all he wanted to do was present his argument. And that disrespectful demon by the name of Damian Richardson spoke over and would not allow the brothers to even open their mouth. How are you to have dialogue with individuals and then throw up your throw up your pedigree? My dude, all of us, including myself, has a degree. I don't care if you call yourself a doctorate. My sir, all of us have a degree. I got one. Went to a college. Went to an accredited university. I ain't sit online and type a paper to get my degree. I ain't knocking those that did it. Don't take it as that. If you did, I apologize, but I'm just calling this brother out. I sat in a classroom full of people that didn't look like me, did what I needed to do, worked hard, got my piece of paper, and been in corporate America for how long? For almost 20 years. So don't sit here and call your pedigree out and call someone else, treat them as if they're foolish because you got a piece of paper behind you, because you're still ignorant and you're still out of order. Damian Richardson, I'm again calling you ignorant, out of order, arrogant, and you need to repent to the Most High because you was totally out of order. Now I'm done on that one. Y'all know I had to deal with that because I watched it last night and it was shameful. And Berean needs to be just as shameful as Damien, because he should have corrected Damien at the door, saying, allow these brothers to get a word in. How are you to have dialogue when you got somebody sitting there saying, prove your point, but not allowing anybody to open their mouth because he's scared. He's scared because he knows that it's holes in his argument. When you got holes in your argument, you're going to talk over people. But if you solid in what you got, you can say what you got to say and sit silent and let others fight to try to figure out how to beat your argument when they can. But when there are holes, you got to constantly keep people from seeing those holes. Y'all see what I'm doing? Y'all see what I'm saying? Holes in his argument. And I was going to really get up there, but I said, you know what? The Most High Yah is still dealing with me on my temper and my mouth, and I need to not step foot on that stage, because if I would have set foot on that stage, I would have read that ignorant, and I'll say this, ignorant brother, man, calls himself a man of God, ignorant in every sense of the word. I don't care. A fool can have a degree. A fool can have a doctorate. And that's exactly what that ninja was. A fool with a doctorate. And for him to sit there and open his foolish mouth, because yet and still, I've had conversation with scholars and they've conducted themselves a lot better. And the crazy thing is the scholars didn't look like us. Y'all get what I'm saying? These ninjas walk around with these degrees and think that they better than anybody. But guess what? Did Jesus have a degree? No. Did Peter have a degree? No. The only scholar in the group was Paul. The rest of them, now some of them were scholars, but ultimately, God doesn't necessarily need you to have a doctorate to preach his word. You got to have the Holy Spirit. So, period. At the end of the day, I saw no ruach in anything that Damian Richardson did, period. And he provoked those men to anger, and it's so sad the way he conducted himself. So, sir, take your doctorates, ball it up, pull it in a toilet, because you need to work on your walk and your faith and how you conduct yourself as a believer, because you was out of order. Out of order. Your degree and your pedigree is like toilet paper right now to the Most High. Count it as dung, and I'll say it. I don't care how many scholars you sit up under. I don't care how you work for logos. I don't care who you up under. Sir, take that degree and treat it as if it's toilet paper, because what the Most High says, count it all as dung. But what did Paul say? Paul said it's all dung when it comes to him. And I'm paraphrasing. None of it matters to him when it comes to him. The way you're supposed to conduct yourself. You was not a light, but you was darkness, my brother. Period. And Berean, shame on you for allowing him to do that. So now even Rio don't like that. So now that I'm done, let's get back to the subject at hand. Y'all, it was sad. It was pitiful. It was pitiful. Post Santonio, he just couldn't get a word edgewise, y'all. Bless his heart. He was just trying to talk about Joel chapter 3. Damien literally said the Bible, literally, and I'm paraphrasing, the way he was conducting himself, it was literally like he was saying the Bible doesn't mean anything outside of what the scholars say. Pay attention to what he was saying and how he was saying it. He didn't want to talk about Bible. He wanted to talk about the scholars. He did. He didn't want to talk about Bible. That's all Santonio wanted to talk about was the word of God. That's all. Y'all know Santonio. Santonio want to stick to this Bible. He want to stick to this book. Literally in the way, and I'm not saying he said that, but in the way he conducted himself, he didn't want to talk about the Bible, y'all. He wanted to only talk about what I guess it was a study that Wayne's College or whoever did. He wanted to stick to that. He wanted to stick to that. He wanted to stick to that. He didn't want to have a conversation. He wanted to stick to that study. Even when Santonio took him to Joel, I think chapter 3, he kept cutting him off, y'all. Kept cutting Santonio out. Kept cutting Santonio off. So I will say this much. Everybody who says they're a believer, you better watch them, because they don't necessarily mean that they're a believer, because it's in your conduct. Damian Richardson, shame on you. Berean, for allowing this to go on. Because what I will do is allow people to speak their piece and sit quiet and speak their piece. And I won't say a word. I just chill and let them speak their piece. Sometimes y'all be saying, Sister E, take it. No, let these brothers talk it. Let them talk through it. Let these brothers talk. Let these brothers do what they gonna do. I'm gonna sit and let them talk, and I'm gonna make sure that they remain respectful. My number jumping up, so I guess word has gotten around that Sister E decided to talk about Damian Richardson for being the who. Thank you, Holy Ghost, for keeping my tongue. But for him being who he is. But with that being said, shame on them. Shame on them. You don't set people up. You don't set it up because it almost looks like a setup. But shame on you. How would our brother Jermaine take it if I'm sitting there, I'm like, what? Shame on you. You literally, it's like it was a setup. Setup. And everybody was just trying to get in and say something. And the whole time, Damian Richardson was just, I'm saying this ninja's entire name. Entire name, because I feel like it, because that's just who I am. He talked over them. I'm gonna give y'all a little sample, and then we're gonna talk about this other stuff. Let me show y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a sample. I got to find it.
Act like
so heaven. So Damien calls himself calling us fake Hebrews, and I'm finna get into my other subject, but I had to kind of jump into this.
Trying to get me to hear your superfluous. It is revisionist history book when the original people of the Nation of Islam.
I gotta find it. Hold on.
Because he quote a scholar, that don't mean.
So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna let y'all see a little bit of it. I want y'all to see how this man conducted himself out of order. Like I said, that these urban apologists walking around saying, understand that this is a profession for them, saints. This ain't about the faith. This is about a profession, period. This is their job. So their job is to do whatever they catch yourself for, because you're getting ready to say something. Understand that this is a job more so than ministry. Pay attention to how these urban apologists move. We already had Dante call out the fact of somebody, I guess, Lisa Fields with Jude 3 saying that David was a rapist. Honestly, that's very questionable, because if you read the Bible, you know that he was not a rapist. But again, when you understand that this is a profession and not necessarily a calling, you see the difference in the behavior. Keyword, calling. You need the scholars and not the Holy Ghost. I'll say that.
That's his personal opinion. Is that what? No, any of those claims? No, it did not. He did not. He posted the writings of a Jewish scholar who mentioned that in the writing, because it scrolled down in the beginning of the video. Ron Dalton had several Jewish people and their quotes about what they believe in and what they were doing. So he quoted some Jewish. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me finish, because hold on. I gotta finish. I have to finish. Hold on a second. What you're doing is your arguments is not how they argue.
I gotta find. Hold on. I gotta find that point, baby. I got. Let do this for me.
No, any of those claims? No, it did not. He did not. He posted the writings of a Jewish scholar who mentioned. So no, and I think that then that's that you think on hold.
Let me do this, because I'm not going to sit here and search through this foolishness. I'm going to drop the link, and I'm going to go on this weekend. I'm going to go through step by step, and I'm going to show you each point where Damien was out of order, and never once. Now, keep in mind, Berean kept muting people. He kept telling people, oh, be quiet. Damien, allow the person to talk. He kept muting people, but never once, you notice, never once Was Damien muted? Understand, y'all. And this finna segue into my point. This awakening is scaring them at their core. That they now have brought the urban apologetic community has been pulled back in. And their goal is to ultimately, which they couldn't fulfill the goal the first time. So I guess they're coming back in again to try to fight the same tired fight that they keep losing and keep coming at folks, and they keep coming at them, and people keep throwing facts at them. Then they go back to their master and show their master, this is what they told us, master. Master tell them how to go fix it, and they come back in the fight again. Y'all stop running to these masters, because these same masters are going to cause y'all some problem when the Most High come on the scene. Bam, I said it. And y'all know I don't care. Y'all know I don't care. And I think that was the whole problem when I was on Berea channel, because I did not care. They cared. I don't. I don't care calling them for what they are. Don't care. And I call Damien what he is, a demon. The way that dude conducted himself, there was not a godly bone in his arrogant body. And shame on you, Berean, for not muting him to allow Jeremiah to get his point out. Not to allow Bruce to get his point out. Not to allow Santonio to get his point out. And you want to have a dialogue with the Hebrew Israelite community? Y'all keep talking about, give me your leaders, give me your scholars. For what? For y'all to not allow them to get a word in edgewise? For you not to hold the urban apologetic community at the same level of accountability as you would as the Israelite community? Yes, you may fuss at them, and you may rant and rave on these lives about, Christians don't say this, don't do this. But to yesterday, Beran, shame on you, my brother. I love you, but my brother, shame on you. You were supposed to mute Damien to allow everybody else to get their point. But see, what Damien does is he'll get in, he'll start a fight, and then he threatens to leave if he don't get his way, like a spoiled brat that he is. If I was you, I would have said goodbye, because you're going to abide by the rules. He brats out, and he'll say, well, I'm leaving if I can't get my way, because he did that on Clubhouse. Be a man. State your point. Hold your ground. Be quiet and let the other person get their voice. But what he does is he brats out. He has a diva moment and be like, oh, I can't give it up. I'm getting ready to go. Bye. Bye. Sometimes goodbye is the best thing in the world. But see, but he knows y'all afraid to tell him goodbye. And the thing is, they go on. They're very picky. Let me tell y'all how these urban apologists move. They're very picky on the channels that they go on, because they want to make sure that they go on these channels that they got control. They got control. They do that. Yep, you got to see him for who he was. But the thing is, I'm gonna tell you something. These black Orthodox, so I'll just call them that out of just saying it. They need a win so bad. They need this awakening to stop so bad that they will allow Damien to do what he does, to say, see, he got more information than the rest of y'all. How do you know? He didn't talk 45 minutes. He didn't talk over everybody. He didn't disrespected them. He didn't just been. So how do you know who has what? That's just like punching a man and holding the other person's hand down and saying, don't hit him back. And then ultimately saying they won because look at his face. Well, you held his hand. What you think gonna happen? He can't fight or defend himself because y'all holding his hands. See, this is how they work. But see, they on a mission. But while y'all running back to y'all master, let me shut these ninjas up, master. Yes, the master, let me shut these niggas up. They not finna call themselves Hebrew Israelites. While y'all doing that, the awakening is still going. Oh, this Kyrie Irving thing and this Kanye West thing is getting to him. But I just wanted to say that. Because it needed to be said. Out of order. Shame on y'all. Shame on yourself, Beran. Make sure that when you do these type of conversations, that both parties conduct themselves in an orderly manner. If you see the Israelites out of order, check them. But if you see the urban apologetic community out of order, check them as well. And that goes for the Damians, that goes for the Eric Masons, that goes for the Lisa Field, whoever you have on your channel. It goes for all of them. Because if Dante's out of order, check him. But if Damien's out of order, check him. Just like if Tayu's out of order, check him. But if Eric Mason's out of order, check him. See, but you don't want to check them because you put them on a pedestal. Do you realize that most of these professors teach off of their biases sometimes? Work in IT. Great example. I'm going to give you an example of how teachers teach from a bias level. I can take a project management course, and the project manager might say, get your PMP, that's the best approach in project management. Or some will say, oh, we're moving over to a service model. Let's get your ITIL certification. That's the best approach. Each teacher is basing it off of what they consider their biases to be, as far as their school of thought. Now, I might go get my PMP, or I might study things from a PMP perspective, but there are other methodologies when it comes to project management. It's based on, most teachers base things sometimes, and tell me if I'm wrong, y'all, one or two. Some teachers base things off of what they consider to be the best approach. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily the right approach, no. But what they consider to be their best approach, because I'll be honest, the school I went to, they more so they thought things from a service management perspective. So they kind of taught Six Sigma, process engineering, or if you go into certain aspects of it, I'm moving more towards ITIL now when you're dealing with service operations. So it's just based off of your school and what they teach. So with that being best practices, but with that being said, what you learn in these theology schools is the same approach. That means that they're teaching it from their viewpoint. Theological schools, you got oneness theological, you got those who focus more on Trinitarianism, you got you got Baptist theological school, you got the Pentecostal oneness school, you got this school. Have you noticed these? And then, not to mention, you got the evangelical or Southern Baptist schools. Everybody's teaching things from what their viewpoint is. Does it make it right? No. You're just teaching things from your eyes. And what you have to do when you take these studies is not take their approach to say this is the all in all approach that I'm finna take, but learn from the processes and grow from it, and look at other process models or industry standards to grow and develop. If I would have stayed in the mindset of, and I can only think of things from an IT perspective, because I'm not into more so project management and process engineering. So if I had the mindset of thinking things through from what I learned in school, I still would have been stuck at a PMP level. And I wouldn't have looked at ITIL, or I wouldn't have looked at Six Sigma. I wouldn't have looked at all these different methodologies to learn from it, to collectively build my own portfolio to grow and develop. I'm looking at the practices and the frameworks to say, how can I utilize those frameworks to better myself and grow? And how I can, not necessarily saying that this framework works for this methodology works for me, but I'm going to take the framework and figure out I can take this to mold and shape how I do my day to day. They don't do things from that. They focused on, oh, if you're a Trinitarian, you're this. If you're oneness, this. If you're an Israelite, this. If you're this. Everybody's taking it from their own biases. So y'all get what I'm saying. Does that make sense? Hold on, my dog is, hold on. Rio. No. Oh my gosh. I promise y'all. Do y'all want a cocker spaniel? All right, I'm back. But ultimately, y'all get what I'm saying. Everybody has their own little school of thought, and you can't make that study to be. You get what I'm saying? So with that, now that I'm done with my ranting and raving for the past 36 minutes about the poor conduct of these so-called believers, let's proceed to, and I'm gonna say this: I don't need them to ever say anything about deacon. I don't need them to ever say anything about Who else in these camps? Nathaniel, I don't need y'all to say anything else about any of these camps when y'all act like camps yourself and you're not correcting them at all. And I'll say that much. So Berean spies, go back and tell them I said that, because I know y'all in here. About 20 of y'all are in here. So go back, every single one of y'all, because I can start calling names, but I'm not going to do that. So, and y'all know I'm a woman of peace, but yet there's still some correction needed to go out. So, all right. Somebody says scope, schedule, and budget. That's a true project manager. Scope, schedule, and budget. If any of those that are off, you're gonna have to what do you call it? Realign your schedule. Those are the three main things you got to look at in project man. That's a project manager right there. All right. So let's go back to the original subject at hand. Let me make sure my laptop is charged up. So this Kyrie Irving thing, which is a hot topic amongst everybody. This whole Kyrie Irving thing is, I'm talking about a hot topic. So let me let y'all see this one video. Now that I'm done talking about ninjas. No, Rio. No. I promise y'all, I'm sending y'all a puppy. Does anybody want a puppy? He is for free. So let me see. Let me see. It is okay. I'm gonna play this video for y'all. All right, hold on. I listened to this and it said Kyrie Irving got Candace Owens on code. You know what, y'all? And before I play this video, shout out to my brother Dante. Dante been screaming to us about the liberals. And I have been ignoring him when he talks about those liberals. Like, Dante, no. The more I look at it, the liberals are extremely racist. Because those are the ones that are actually coming for the Kyrie Irvings. It's coming for any of us that say you're Israel. The ones that's coming after the Kanye West. I'm starting to look at these liberals a little bit different. Very different. Very, 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 very different. Those are the wolves in sheep's clothing when it comes to politics. So, yeah, we'll talk about that at another time. And y'all excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I always lose my voice when the season change. So just pray for me. Let me see.
Hey, come on now. I'm going to say it straight from the top, baby. The Jewish community better slow its roll down with Kyrie Irving. You guys have bitten off something much bigger than you can chew. And I'm speaking specifically, I don't care who is listening. I'm speaking to the ADL. I'm speaking to Adam Silver. I'm speaking to any Jewish rabbi. I'm speaking to any Jewish organization, any Jewish affiliated organization. You guys better slow your roll to a halt when you're talking to Kyrie Irving right now, because what you've done is you've created a Jew versus Black issue right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, to the entire Jewish community and anybody listening to this, that will blow up in your face very, very quickly. Because when we really check the videotape, when we check the rolls of history, you people are extremely culpable in the oppression of Black people. Oh, yeah? Yes, you are. Why don't we take a look at the actual history of Jewish people when it comes to slavery and their participation in owning slaves in America? Do you know that Jewish people own more slaves than any white person in America? Don't take my word for it. Go look up an article called The Atlantic on theatlantic.com. There was a professor by the name of Martin who studied and wrote a paper and a book about the Jewish interaction in African slavery. Jewish people are the most culpable white people in America in respect to African oppression, you folks better be real quiet when you are looking for a black man to apologize to you for calling out what history has already shown us to be true. Kyrie Irving said it perfectly. He cannot be anti-Semitic if he knows his history. What he is saying is that he believes himself to be Afro-Semitic. And therefore, as an Afro-Semitic man or part of the Afro-Semitic people, of which authentic Israelite people come from, it's impossible for him to be anti-Semitic. What he is saying is that the Ashkenazi or the European Jews, the Gentile convert Jews, the individuals claiming Jewishness are not necessarily aboriginally Hebrew, and therefore you should be quiet. That's what he's trying to tell you. And he's trying to say, hey, I don't have to apologize for being calling anybody anti-Semitic because I never have. I don't have to apologize for a documentary I never wrote. I don't have to apologize for hurting you when you, which he brought up, where were you people when 300 million of my ancestors were buried in America? Where were you? That's what he's asking you. He's asking the Jewish people, where were you when slavery was taking place in America? What was your role? Where were you? He doesn't have to apologize to you. In fact, no black person in North America, no black person in South America, no black person in Africa, and no black person in the diaspora or anywhere within the Mediterranean continent or anywhere else needs to apologize to any Jew. Period. So let's get that part perfectly crystal clear before you guys get on your high horse. I don't want to hear Michael Rappaport. I don't want to hear any of these Jewish individuals, these moguls, these executives, these individuals controlling entertainment, these multimillionaire Jews, these Zionists. Be quiet. Be quiet. And if Kyrie Irving goes into a meeting with Adam Silver, let me tell you who should be at that meeting. Okay? The president of the Urban League should be at that meeting. Number one. A bevy of lawyers, civil rights lawyers, on behest of Kyrie Irving should be at that meeting. The NAACP should be at that meeting. And the Nation of Islam should be at that meeting too. You want to let's bring all the boys to the court. Let's bring everybody to sit down and have a conversation, Mr. Silver. Let's everybody, you want to just wait on the sidelines and then throw out some stupid little sentence about you want to have a conversation with Kyrie? Let's have a conversation. But it will not be no one-on-one conversation. It'll be a conversation with the entire black community. And please make sure you bring to bear the culpability of the Jewish community when it comes to oppressing blacks. I don't care what the NBA has done. I don't care how the NBA has uplifted itself and caused black coaches and black players and had a partnership with the black community. You Jews have gotten rich off the NBA and off the backs of black people. And if you think you want to pull Kyrie Irving into a meeting, Kyrie Irving is correct. There are millions at his back. Don't think that this is going to go quiet for you. You better just brush it under the rug like you already did with the fake donation to the ADL from the Nets and call it a day. That's what you should do. But don't be trying to bring Kyrie into the teacher's office, into the principal's office, because you feel like you're being tough. I tell you right now, it's going to blow up in your face. And all these turncoat Negroes, from Jason Williams to Shaq to I won't say Kenny's name because he's not one of them, to Charles Barkley, to all of these little guys that you've got speaking for you, from Malika Andrews, all these little black guys that are being paid by Jews so that they can speak. You got your hand up their butt like Perkins. Listen, no one over here is expecting a salary from any of you, and so we're going to say it like it is. Kyrie Irving is saying it like this. He's already made his millions. He already has his money. He'll be fine for the rest of his life. He never has to play another day for you, and you still got to pay him. Period. Right? So you want to wash him out the league? Pay the man his money. Guess what? We'll go find another league to play in. This is the thing that happened in the lockdown that you got afraid of. That black players don't really need any of you. They don't need the NBA. If they really wanted to form their own league, they can. We can go talk to Ice Cube right now and turn the Big Three into the Big Five. So you guys sit there and you still think that you control anything and you got anybody under. You don't have us under a barrel, buddy. None of y'all do. So Adam Silver, step very light when it comes to having conversations with black men about oppression when it comes to Jews. Because guess what? You're the ones with blood on your hands, not us. That's the real spiel. Del K. Brereton. Make sure you know. Somebody like, share, and subscribe. Somebody let somebody know that I'm not sitting for it. And there's millions like Kyrie waiting for you to slip up. Don't play with us at all.
Now, I know certain things that he said y'all don't agree with. When I heard NAACP, when I first heard this, I kind of cringed. But look at the message. Ultimately, he's saying, how dare y'all? How dare y'all come at us? Because you have to see the racism in the conversations. Because again, the rhetoric that I've heard that someone told me that transpired within Clubhouse with a group of I'm talking about a large group in an Ashkenazi Jewish clubhouse, the way they were disrespecting and talking to black people. Are you serious? This ain't brand new behavior. This has been consistent behavior. What we're going to start seeing is the true behavior of individuals, even down to the coons, because the coons are out here cooning at their best. I heard what Al Sharpton said that Kyrie Irving owed them an apology. So you know they're going to send their coon patrol to come and shut these ninjas down. But what they're realizing is the sleep that a lot of us in, y'all can't put us back in that sleep no more. It's hard to put us back in that sleep. You could send an Al Sharpton to come and silence the masses, to get us quiet. That's not working no more. Y'all notice that? That's not working anymore. You can't do that now. Where you used to could do it. Y'all could send a representative, y'all's selected representative, y'all's handlers. That's what I'm gonna call them, handlers. Y'all can send y'all handlers. Y'all handlers will get us quiet, and then business as usual. It's not working anymore. Those handlers now are coming back and saying these ninjas ain't going back to sleep. Game over. Something going on. These ninjas, we keep trying to null them back to sleep. They not going to sleep. They sent the handlers. The handlers ain't been able to do it. And I'm even saying that the urban apologetic community too are nothing but a subgroup of the same handlers that Al Sharpton will fall into. They play to the black plight just to make us feel like they are part of us. But the minute you truly push the envelope, then they pull back and they start checking. They start pulling back and correcting us or playing to the master's tune. Them days over. It's hard. It's hard for them right now because nothing is working. This awakening is folks for real woke now. Everybody getting the side eye. And then, like I said, they came into it too late. Now, if they would have came in about 7 years ago, when a lot of us wasn't woke and would have attacked the whole thing early, they might have. But the Most High, let me tell you something. The Most High will have everybody in a secret place and hide us and teach us and mold us and slowly but surely get us to the point where we woke, where we're reaching over to this person, waking them up, waking this person up, waking this person up. And by the time you wake up, the time that the oppressor realizes that awakening has happened, it's already full blown and they can't fix it and they can't stop it. And that's what's happening right now. For every one person they shut up, 100 other people gonna come up. For every 100 that you try to shut down, 1,000. It's like you can't. It's like the number grows. If you shut me down, guess what? They're gonna really start saying, "Why did y'all shut her down? Wait a minute, what was she saying?" If you try to shut Teo down or Dante down or um or Shonda down or Benaya or Ron Shields, or I'm just naming them all off. Pastor Kelly, if you start trying to shut us down, guess what happened? Folks gonna start looking and saying, "Wait, hold on, they must be talking about truth. Wait a minute, hold on." Then, not to mention the suspicious. I'm not gonna say nothing, but our dear beloved Pastor Darby. We even beginning. We all were. Well, we were all looking at that side. We were all kind of like, but I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna. Say nothing on that because we really don't know. But we not taking things like we used to take it. We not saying, okay, Al Sharpton said, chill out, let's chill out. Or Jesse Jackson said, chill out, chill out. or whatever black leader they go find. We'll be like, okay, they go Al Sharpton, we good. Man, folks looking like, send Al on his way, please, because he's not doing anything but trying to null us back to sleep. Understand these handlers are out here and they on 10. Be prepared, family, because this awakening, they're gonna try their best. They're gonna come after credibility. They're gonna start probably coming after some people in the community that you know. They're gonna start with the fear mongering, the fear tactics. They're gonna start. They finna get, because the thing is, this is a problem because if we say this is true, that means our Messiah is true. I say it again from the rooftop, and I say this again. The true synagogue of Satan is those that reject our Messiah that's in the Bible, that died at the cross for our sins and was risen and is with the Father right now. That's the one that when they don't believe in that Messiah, they're truly the synagogue of Satan. So ask yourself why we're such a problem. It's not necessarily us. It points to the true Messiah. It is us, but it points to the true Messiah. Do y'all really think that they want the Messiah to come on the scene? Ask yourself this question. Do you really think that they want our Messiah to step foot on the scene? Because one of the things they're saying that I heard this one guy in this clubhouse saying, the Hebrew Israelites are pushing the destruction of the white race. Ain't nobody said nothing about the destruction of any race. If anything, we're talking, oh goodness. Ain't nobody pushing the destruction of any race. What we're saying is Most High judged this, in the words of Darby. Most High judged this. And that's all we're saying. So you mad at him? Hold on. So tell me when, and I'll pause. Y'all, Madison is working on something, so I'm gonna pause for 10 seconds and let her record it. Tell me when.
Okay, I'm ready now to do it.
Give me 10 seconds. Okay, she's not ready yet. Put a little bookmark right here. Because I'm coming back to this. But all right. But yes, I'm back, y'all. So y'all, I'm telling y'all, as much as they want this awakening to stop and they want us to be quiet, this is not gonna happen. It's gonna keep growing. They can shut all these voices down. There's gonna be another voice here. It's gonna be another voice there. And it's gotten to the point that they can't control it. That's why they're so angry at Kyrie Irving, because ultimately he gave a group that we couldn't have reached. Somebody in our community or somebody in the community reached Kyrie Irving to make him look at Ron Dalton's, and it may be Ron Dalton that touched him, to make him look at the video, which ultimately made him post it on his Twitter, which ultimately made other people look into it. I have been watching YouTube a lot lately, and I'm seeing people that they're saying they're new in the awakening. And it's like, wow. 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 So this is going to be very, very interesting. But I will say this much: the Black community is now pushing back. The Black community is definitely pushing back. And they're pushing back saying that it's not anti-Semitism that's going on, it's anti-black. And I know most people don't like the term black, but just bear with me. Um, it's an anti-black. It's not well, it's anti-Semitism, Shemitic, anti-Shemitic rhetoric going on because we're Shemitic. But you get what I'm saying, y'all? Y'all get what I'm saying? So I am excited to see what's gonna happen. So let me see. I know people want me to drop the link. I will probably do another session of dropping the link because I am exhausted. Y'all hear it in my voice. Plus this weather is changing. So I'm gonna probably end it here, but I will open the floor on tomorrow where we can have a live. Hold on. Um, yep. It's gonna be interesting how this is gonna play out. It's gonna be real interesting. It's gonna be real interesting. We just got to be guarded and be prepared to what we're about to walk into, because yeah, they can't stop this. This awakening cannot stop. So understand that they're gonna send their handlers, y'all. They're gonna probably do character assassinations, meaning they'll probably find some on some folks just for the sake of. You're gonna see situations where, you know, some of us are going, some people are gonna be, this is what it is. And this is what it is. And what's so crazy is who is usually persecuted in the Bible? When you talk about the end of days, who's persecuted? His people. We don't have the power to persecute anybody. We don't have the authority nor the power to persecute any community. But who's always on the end of being persecuted? Think about it. They'll try to spin a narrative and say, well, it's some well-to-do black people. Black people have come a long way. Black people this, but overall as a community, who are the ones that have the hardest? When you look at these ghettos, who are in these ghettos? When you look at the hood, and I'm not saying all of us are in the hood. No, some of us have been able to come out. But when you look at the plight of the black community, it makes you see what it is. But what's so crazy is this awakening gave us answers to why. Our question was always, why, Lord? Why are we here? Why are we having these problems? He showed us why. He showed us why. And this why has caused us to do better. And that's key. This why has called us to get our act together. And guess what? There are others who hear this to say, so I need to, in our words of Jermaine, our brother Jermaine, these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's all I got to do is follow his word because I'm his people. Do you realize what type of paradigm shift can happen with that? Like I said, our sin fuels lines their pockets. And Pastor Darby said this, our sin is helping keeping them wealthy. Our sins. And when he said that, I said, wow, that makes sense. Just think if we got it together. Totally got it together. Just think if the Most High comes and redeems us and get us in check. And yep, keep keep the commandments and the testimony of Jesus Christ. That's key. That's key. That's key. So, family, I have enjoyed this conversation. I am going to get ready for bed, but I'm not done yet. Understand I'm not done because I have a right to speak what I want to speak in truth, as long as I'm not disrespectful. And what I'm noticing, even in the white people, even saying y'all killing their, some of them are, y'all killing their freedom of speech, and that's exactly what's going on. Nobody has the freedom of speech. Yep. They feed off our failures. My family eat off of our failures. Our young men go to jail. These lawyers make money. These prosecutors make money. The jail system make money. These judges make money because our people keep going in and out of the jail. We going back and forth in these liquor stores. They make the money. When we commit all these horrible, when we can't control ourselves sexually, and we keep having all these babies and these doctors making money, we become tied to the system. Y'all see how it all intertwines together. Y'all see it? So, well, thanks. If y'all can see my expression right now, I'll let y'all see it. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Uh, I will. Oh, my brother. I will pull you into a conversation. We'll do something on. I'll probably do something tomorrow night or either Saturday night, and I'll pull you up and you can kind of talk. Right now, I'm getting exhausted. I've had a long day, and as you can hear, I'm losing my voice because of the weather change. So I'm gonna end it, but we'll be able to catch back up and we'll do some more stuff. I'm not done with this though, but I wanted to get started here, but it's not done yet. It's not done. So, family, I thank you. And any of y'all Berenites out there watching me, shame on y'all. Y'all owe some of the people in the Israelite community an apology. The way y'all conducted yourselves, but they won't do it because they feel like they fine long as they talking to us any kind of way. But saints, I'm in for the night. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Thank y'all so much. Watcher 215, what's up? Oh yeah, Watcher used to him and Jermaine would be up there together. So, but saints, I love y'all. I'm getting ready to go and get me some sleep. And I will see y'all on tomorrow, possibly. All right. Good night, family.